Hey Virgo, Mercury, your ruling planet in Scorpio, was so fucking excruciating because of what's going to happen with Mercury in Sagittarius. Going from I desire, going from the sign of I desire to I understand. There's some depths you needed to access because y'all can't ever sit your asses fucking down and just like be with yourself. And so Mercury and Scorpio had to sit your ass down. And now you have like a smorgasbord of um realities to comb through and realizations, and all of this stuff is coming up so that you can experience a new understanding, experience a new lifestyle, a new relationship with yourself. Bitch, get your shit, hydrate, light it if you need it. Like, let's go in, it's time, get your things, come on. This new remote is worse than the old one. It came in a 2-pack and it's just trash. Anyway, shout out to my girl Marie. Thank you for buying that for me though. But yes, I need to replace the batteries. That's on me. And that could be a thing on me. Like really Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, determining like what is truly on you and what you need to delegate. Has everything that you've taken on really yours to take on? Are you taking on other people's duties, tasks, workload, their traumas, their issues? Are you just taking other people's stuff and making it your own? Especially under the guise of being an empath. Give me a fucking break. I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all consider yourselves empaths, but usually that just means you went through some ridiculous amount of trauma that has made you hyper vigilant to other people's bullshit. And you've got to still learn boundaries, Virgo, especially when it comes, even if it's just like, okay, when I'm around that person, I absorb all their shit. Maybe I need to limit how much I hang out with them. It can be as simple as that. What's up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Scorpio season 2024. I know I normally do these like much sooner, but Scorpio season has been kicking my ass and paying me at least, so that's been nice. I've just had so much fucking work, and I know y'all know all about that, but just make sure the work you're doing is yours to be done. And I actually feel like some of y'all are like, oh, I can't hire anybody else to do this. I can't get anybody else to do that. I can't blah blah blah. I know some of y'all got kids. Some of y'all have older kids too. You can delegate some tasks. You can trade some work for some, allowance or whatever, as opposed to you doing chores. How about you do this for me? You do the I'm giving you these anyway. All right. Let's go ahead and clear out this funky ass energy. I don't know why all of a sudden I got in a funk when I got in your energy. Maybe you guys are in a funk. Maybe you are very agitated. Maybe you are struggling with your attitude. Mercury is in, a fire sign now. And so there's definitely something about like being extra blunt, especially when we're dealing with Sagittarius energy. Um, Not thinking fully before you speak, especially when it comes to the planet of the mind, the planet of communication being in Sagittarius. Um, so there's that. I apologize for any attitude, but do I really? Anyway, welcoming in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for for Scorpio season 2024. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Scorpio season 2024, please. Breathe. Like I said, hydrate, light it if you need it. As we welcome in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo. The Five of Wands came out on its side, so it was almost reversed. But there's that conflictual energy I was talking about, that combativeness. So the first thing to be clarified in on the Selenite throne in Scorpio season, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising is your relationship to conflict resolution, your relationship to all of this combative energy that's inside of you. There's so much that you want to do and you don't know where to start. And where to start is stillness. Where to start is receptivity, leaning into the power of your feminine energy, calling in help from the divine, calling in ideas, being with yourself, being quiet, because y'all can do this thing where there's always a billion things going on at once. There's music playing, the TV's on, you're cooking a meal, you're planning an event, you're finishing up an order, you're starting a new project, you're communicating about this, you're bitching at somebody about that. There's always so much going on and you never get to be with you. And then all of a sudden you're having a fucking panic attack because you never got to like be with yourself. Stop that. This is an internal conflict that can absolutely be resolved by way of spending quality time with yourself. There's all these different aspects of you that want to do different things at different times, and you need to spend time with those aspects of yourself so that you can evolve and grow and change and transform and actually make some order of all the damn chaos. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that you're experiencing conflict with, or drama. There just could be just drama going on. And I would, play it like, my name's Bennett, I ain't in it. There's something around what you're putting your hands to, what drama you're perpetuating or conflict, or, perpetuating or contributing to. Hydrate. And I just feel like there's a way out. And the way out for you is stillness. You're so fucking smart. You are so logical. And you want everything to make sense, but you also have such deep connections to the divine and deep connections to intuition, deep connections to femininity, regardless of your genitalia, deep connections to the receptive qualities of femininity. And you need to take advantage of your superpowers. And so I do feel like there's something about how do you handle stress management. Seven of Pentacles. Because the thing is, one thing about you going to put the work in. You're going to do the work. And I feel like so much of you, so many of you, are just terrified that the fruit of the labor won't ever come in. But it's just physics. Like, did you till the land? Did you plant the seed? Did you water it? Did you prune the bush? Now, how many pentacles grow and when the pentacles come in outside of your jurisdiction? So don't spend a whole bunch of energy or waste a whole bunch of your energy trying to do the divine's job. You just do what's in your lane. Tending to the thing, initiating and tending to the thing, and letting the divine do the rest. Justice and the Four of Cups. Leo got the Four of Cups, but the center of the reading being justice. I'm telling you, baby, if you've got any court cases or legal things going on, things go in your favor. But stop thinking and worrying about what you're going to do if things don't go your way. In the ways that you've been wronged, the divine is conspiring to make things right, babe. There is just something here about cause and effect, balance, and taking the time to acknowledge that in a lot of ways you reject yourself. You reject yourself. You reject what the divine has to give you. You want everything to make sense. And if it doesn't, end up in this pretty packaging, then you're not satisfied with it. And I just feel like the sword of truth is coming out to kind of cut through some of the chaos in your mind. Or maybe there's somebody with Libra placements coming in to cut through the chaos in your mind and showing you hey, you can't progress forward if you keep focused on the past. And if you focus on the past all the time, that's going to lead to depression. If you can't get your ass out of, 10 steps ahead of the future, you're going to be in anxiety all day. Final card, final message. Temperance with Judgment on the bottom of the deck. This is Scorpio. This is Pluto. I feel like you guys are being reborn. There's something about getting off the fence, saying what needs to be said, being direct, being honest, being fair, taking heed on the calling of your life, understanding a lot of you are going through a very specific, it's like specifically and intentionally uncomfortable rebirth. You're being stripped down in some sort of way because you've got to learn how to listen. I need me a little baby that can listen. And that's what I feel like the divine is saying about you. Like they want you to be able to listen. Your shadow is Pisces, babe. Like you have access to the spirit world. But there's something about your ability to listen to your spirit versus listening to logic all the time, and leaning only on logic as if it's the only thing, only tool you have access to. Two major arcana coming out, the center of the reading being justice. I feel like in some sort of way, like you're about to get the news about the legal stuff, then I feel like there's something here about it was worth the investment. Money comes in. There's like I feel like justice turns in your favor. If you're dealing with somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, I feel like you may need to really look at your relationship to control, because you may be part of you're probably perpetuating the fight or keeping a fight ongoing. And it may be a decision to go to therapy or to start, working on improving emotional intelligence or communicative skills in some sort of way. If you're dealing with somebody with Libra placements, I feel like they're showing up boldly and strongly. This could be somebody that they may come in when you're very busy or invested in other things. They could be coming in and bringing, like, giving off an offer, but you're like, you seem preoccupied with other things. Justice doesn't just speak to a person or Libra. I feel like there could be just it's almost like you get the results of something and you're too trapped in chaos to understand, like to even see the thing. Like check your emails, check your mail, check like these different inboxes, check your spam box. There could just be notification of something that really like sets things in your favor in some sort of way. And I feel like you are moving towards recovery, especially recovery if it involves somebody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Sagittarius placements. There's this profound healing that's coming in, but like there's some sort of an upsetting situation and you're still recovering from that. You need balance. Some of you need to stop drinking. Some of you need to stop smoking so much. Some of you are just constantly looking for a vice to numb what God is out here like, yo, just pay attention to this, like sit in this, be with this, deal with this, unpack this, and you won't need all these vices. You won't need to dissociate. You won't need to like get out of your mind or get out of your body. If you're dealing with somebody with Sagittarius placements, I feel like they need to be focused on creativity. They need to be focused on like their journey. I feel like helping them, or they may be coming in to help you deal with your emotions. I feel like you need to really find people that you can rely on. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. They may have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. You've got to rely on somebody other than yourself. If you don't have anybody in your life that you feel like you can trust or go to, then it's time to start revoking some of these people's access to your life so that you can make room for new friends, new like family, that wants to come in. I do feel like in Scorpio season, there's something about getting off the fence and making a decision. It could, I'm showing you a little bit of the plunge. You may need to go ahead and admit that it's time to go to therapy, or it's time to talk to somebody. It's time to like express the fact that you're going through some kind of grief or loss, or trial or tribulation in some sort of way. And also, I feel like you guys need to be able to admit when somebody comes to you with their trials and tribulations, hey, I'm sorry, I don't have the bandwidth for this right now. I'm holding on by a thin thread. I am not the one to, I'm not the one today. I feel like there's something here about really enforcing better boundaries, healthier boundaries, so that you're not sponging up everybody's shit. You know, like it's just time to get that language for yourself and understand that that's healthy to say those sentences. That's not mean, that's not sharp, that's not hurtful. And it teaches the other person from henceforth and forevermore, you need to ask me if I have the bandwagon, if I have the bandwidth for you to just, come in and piss all in my pool. That's real self-care. That's real self-love. That's real mental health. Because if you ain't got it, but you keep giving it and giving it and giving it and giving it, you're going to find yourself at an extreme deficit. And that's when burnout happens and blow ups happen. And then all of a sudden you've said or done some shit that's really out of character, or that's really hurtful to other people. And then, it's like not the reset button you were hoping for. Hydrate. I very much so look forward to clarifying these cards over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, we're going to clarify all these cards. There's all kinds of astrological content. There's a tier for daily readings. Come check out my ethical cult. I'm not going to try to convince you. For free shit, check out my Instagram at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website. All the links are in the description box below. As you can tell, Scorpio season has me like I'm fucking up to here. And I feel like you are too, Virgo. And I feel like you may need permission to be there. Like you are allowed to be fed the fuck up. You are allowed to take a fucking break. You need to acknowledge that you need a break. And there is some course correction coming closer, that the closer we get to Sagittarius season. Some divine course correction, and I just feel like your time management and your energetic budget are not where they're supposed to be. Some of you are so astringent, some of you are way too lax. Like wherever you fall on the spectrum, there's just something about like how sustainable is this? And I feel like you keep approaching everything through the lens of logic, and you're going to get your ass handed to you if you keep doing this. Some of you are already getting your ass handed to you, but it's just going to get worse if you don't start to remember you're a spirit having a human experience, baby, and your spirit needs to be in the driver's seat, not your logic and not your emotions, because that shit is subjective. And with practice and patience, you can acquire dominion over those things. I promise the scales are evening out. The scales of justice are evening out. And the closer we get to Sagittarius season, things get a lot better. But this is a part of your journey. These speed bumps, these hiccups in life, the hiccups in business, all of this stuff, this is a part of your journey. And it's leading you somewhere very specific. And so allow the illusion of certainty to break within you, because nothing is certain and nothing is promised, especially not tomorrow. So get busy living and get busy loving your life and creating a life that you love outside of just what you do, because you are not what you do. Your character, your worthiness is not based on just like what you do. There's so much more to you than that. And I'm ready to look at these cards and clarify. I love you. See you over on Patreon. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.